Tahini or sesame paste might be one of those ingredients you never thought that you would be making at home. I mean, why make it at home when you can just go to the store and buy it for like $7? Well, I can't turn you from negative Nancy to positive Pete. By making your own tahini at home, you can 1. Save money, 2. Connect with your food on a more intimate level, 3. Learn a new technique, 4. Alright, well, let's just make the stuff. We will need 3 ingredients to make our 2 tahinis: white and black sesame seeds and olive oil. Let's start by making the classic stuff. We'll begin with raw sesame seeds to make tradish tahini. We definitely need to toast off the raw seeds before we can use them. Toasting the seeds deepens their natural flavors and also takes much of their bitter edge away. Here's what they look like before the toastation. Nice and happy. Pop the seeds into a 350 Fahrenheit oven for 10 to 15 minutes or until they really start to take on color and smell super pungent. Keep an eye on them because they can burn easily. If you have to, probably lean towards taking them out on the earlier side, slightly under toasted, because that's better than them being burnt. The darker the seed, the more intense the flavor. We first need to blitz things up before adding in the oil. It really helps to use a high-speed blender with a narrow container, but a food processor should also do the trick. Blitz up the seeds for 2 to 3 minutes. Really take the time to do this because it's the difference between chunky or a silky, glossy tahini. Remember to squeegee down the sides as you blend once or twice. Now stream in the oil slowly like you're going to try to emulsify a vinaigrette or something. Wipe down the sides and let it run for another minute or 2. Now it's time to make the black tahini. I chose to double things up this time around because the first batch didn't have a high yield. If you'd like to make more of the traditional stuff, just go ahead and double the recipe. So black tahini is really just traditional tahini but with black sesame seeds. And black sesame seeds are simply white sesame seeds but with their hulls or their shells still on. The technique used here is really the exact same thing that you saw for the traditional tahini, we just use a little less oil. Really make sure to process the seeds before adding in the oil. If done properly, your seed should almost start to look like a paste without adding anything into it yet. Once pulverized, stream in the oil like we did last time. Just get a load of that kala Shayla. You'll know when your tahini is finished when you have a gorgeous, or spooky depending on who you ask, onyx paste that coats your utensil. Now, because we did not add any preservatives, it's better to keep your homemade tahini in the fridge. If stored in an airtight container, it'll last for like 5 to 7 months. So both tahinis are very similar, but black tahini is definitely a pungent, stronger tasting, and in my experience, like a bit creamier than the traditional stuff. But I think the real value black tahini brings is in its striking color. I mean, black colored hummus, anyone? Huh? No? Alright, that's chill too. Alright, so there you have it, tahini, the gateway to seed butter. Tahini is a great tool to have in your kitchen. You can make great vinaigrettes, sauces, dressings, all arguably the same things. Cookies, I'm missing a million things, but there's a ton you can do with it. A great pantry staple. Remember, if you dug this video and you want to make some tahini yourself, please give this vid a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more. I also post many of my shenanigans on the gram, so head over to Instagram and follow me over there if you're into that sort of thing. And I will see you next time.